Civilization or Barbarism, an Authentic Anthropology by Dr. Cheikh Anta. The Demiurge unites these two elements through a geometric mediator, the forming an implicit trinity, as we have already seen on page 349. Finally, using the same process, he constructs, with triangles, the octahedron, the figure of air, and the figure of water, the icosahedron. In other words, the Egyptian syzygy, Shu, and Tefnut. Timas, 53C, D, and E, 54, 55A, B, and C. Finally, the myth of Atlantis, which occupies the second part of the book, the Critias, is restored to science thanks to radiocarbon dating, which revealed that the island of Santorini in the Cyclades had been the site of a volcanic explosion in 1420 BCE, probably under the reign of Amenephis III. Thus, the legend of Atlantis definitely becomes part of history. And here again, the statements of the Egyptian priest of Sais, recorded by Solon, with some probable errors, and transmitted by Plato in the Critias, have proven to be of astonishing accuracy. See page 84 and 85, contrary to Rivault's opinion. Relationships between Aristotle's physics and the Egyptian cosmogonies. Let us first recall the Hermopolitan cosmogony, probably more recent than the Heliopolitan cosmogony, as Amenelo thinks, constructs the universe using 8 or 10 principles, represented in the form of 4, and sometimes 5 syzygies, which are at the origin of the future Greek dialectical method. Nun and Nunet equals the eternally uncreated primordial matter and its opposite. Thus, in the most rigorous logic, being in general and non-being, in other words, matter and nothingness. Nothingness does not signify the absence of matter, but rather matter in its chaotic state. Hu and Hehet equals temporal eternity and its opposite. Others say the spiral infinite and the finite. Cook and Coquette equal the primordial darkness and its opposite, thus darkness and light. Garir and Garehet equals night and its opposite, thus night and day. Niao and Nioyet equals movement and its passive opposite, therefore movement and inertia, according to Amenelo. Others translate spatial emptiness and its opposite. And Aman and Amanet equals the hidden and its opposite, thus rigorously the nominal world, inaccessible to the senses, and the phenomenal world, the noumenon of and the phenomenon in the Kantian sense. The demiurge of the Hermopolitan cosmogony is the god Thoth, who created the whole universe with the word, the Logos, Plato. And this form This from the period of the pyramids onward. He is the famous Hermes Trismegistus of the Greco-Roman epic. There is no doubt that the theory of the dialectical movement due to the action of opposite couples, thesis, antithesis, and synthesis, originates from the Hermopolitan cosmogony, which explains all the phenomena of the universe by the action of the laws of opposites. Aristotle begins Book One of his Physics with a critique of the earlier ancient Greek philosophers, a critique that once more confirms the fact that all of them had borrowed the elements of their doctrines either from the Heliopolitan cosmogony, theory of the four elements earth, fire, water, and air, or from the Hermeopolitan cosmogony, with the adoption of the abstract or the sensible, physical principles, the infinite, the finite, the unlimited, the limited, etc. It is the same question posed by those who endeavor to find the number of beings, for it is on the subject of the components that they begin their research by asking themselves if there is one unique component or several, air, water, and assuming that they are many, are they then limited or unlimited? This amounts to researching whether the principle and the element are one or several, and we'll pause right here. Continue back with the final chapter, chapter 17 of Civilization or Barbarism. I'm Uriel Riley, highest heart.